AI Limit was a super interesting anime Soulslike coming out, so I definitely had my eyes on it, especially if you ever played anything like Code Vein, where they tried that anime style with Souls-like gameplay. That was actually a lot of fun, but needed some work, so I really had my eyes on AI Limit, and I had a good amount of time with the demo that just released today, and I want to give you guys all my thoughts on it. Now, in terms of the environment and where this game takes place, the demo was all in this sewer, so that got old after a while in the smelly sewer, but in general, you're in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, and you have immortality as this character, Arissa, and you pretty much are going to slay enemies, and there's different types. There's like undead enemies, there's these weird alien enemies, and then there's like AI robots, so they'll actually fight each other if they come across each other, and it's actually really entertaining to watch them all just beat the living hell out of each other. But as the sewer got old, I still like the idea of this game. You're trying to find new life, and everything is just pretty much apocalyptic, destroyed. So that's definitely a normal, interesting premise for a Souls-like game, but how is the combat? So with this game, the actual combos are really slick. I love how you could dodge and it feels like a dance. Like the dodge is really smooth, and then you go into your combos, you go into your dodge, and it connects very well. Especially if you do your light attacks into your heavy attacks, they connect a bit smoother than other Souls games, so you're a bit faster in this game. You also have tools like magic and a parry, which uses like a magic fist. So there's definitely some magical elements to this game, and you're going to have a couple super move type things that you're going to dish out on enemies after you get a number of hits in and fill the gauges. There's one massive problem with AI Limit though, and it is the performance and polish. The performance was disgusting. It literally was holding 40 FPS the entire time on performance mode on PS5, and that's just unacceptable, especially with a game with this anime art style. This should be locked to 60 FPS even in 4K, so the fact that the performance mode was not very good kind of worries me. I hope they are able to polish this up on release, because the unstable frame rate really makes the gameplay just feel choppy at times, even though your actual combos are pretty smooth. Another thing is I went into a cutscene and it actually kept glitching out, like it would go black screen back into the cutscene, black screen back into the cutscene, and that was a whole big glitch. So things like that definitely need ironing out. I definitely see potential here though for a very interesting game. I even came across this giant, what is he, the Iron Giant, just slamming down trying to kill me. So there's interesting things in this game, different enemy types that you're going to be fighting throughout your journey. So I will definitely be picking it up, but this game needs to be worked on up until its release date. The good thing is there's no actual release date. They just say 2024, so hopefully they have time to iron this game out in the way that they need to. Compared to other Souls-likes, it does not do anything very different. You have your parry, you have your hard encounters where you're going to be going step by step based on what the enemy is doing. You have your bonfires, but they're like these little branches scattered around the place. You upgrade your stats and build your character like a Souls game, so it's all here, you know what I mean? And it all feels pretty good. The one cool thing though is the protagonist is voiced, and a lot of the characters around the area are voiced, so it's more of like an anime story being told here instead of an obscure story you have to kind of look around your environment to find, so that's definitely going to be really cool. Another thing too is fashion Souls. Everyone loves the fashion Souls in Souls games, changing your armor, trying to mix and match and get the coolest duds. In this game, it's actually pretty dope. You get a bunch of different skins, basically, like you'll see in the gameplay here. As I go through it, I'm wearing a bunch of different skins, and that's every time you pick up armor. So I thought that was cool, and then the art style of the character and the game itself is dope. I love anime art styles. I think this one is cool. In general, Sony is helping out Chinese developers with the China Hero project, and that's where this game comes from. And after Shift Up Stellar Blade for Sony, I'm really excited to see all these Eastern developers show what they got in the action RPG genre. Now, what's very important in Souls games, right? The bosses. So how did the bosses feel? There's one main boss at the end, and once I got to him, he had good moves. It was very telegraphed every time he was swinging. It was kind of fun to learn the moves. What this game needs, though, is some pizzazz. And what I mean by pizzazz is the music wasn't too great during the boss fight. The sound design, when you're actually smacking enemies and the boss doing his big slams and stuff, it needs more oomph. They need more sound effects. They need more, honestly, sparkles, like on-screen effects to make things have more of an intensity to it, because it just kind of felt off, like just a little bit too slow and bare bones when I was fighting the boss, even though the moves felt really good to pull off. I definitely think they just need some more like particle effects, sound design, anything to just beef up the animations or the arena, because it just was very stale fighting this boss. Your moveset though is very fun, and one thing is the enemies stagger very well, so if you dodge a move, go in for a counter, you're gonna stagger the enemy. And you also have counter attacks like your normal parry, and you could also turn your arm into a shield, so it looks like you could turn your arm into a bunch of different defense mechanisms, so we're gonna unlock more of those when the full game comes out, I'm sure. But yeah, guys, overall thoughts, I thought it was a fun time, but it does not stand out enough. The thing is, though, we need a really good anime Souls-like. Code Vein was cool, but I thought the character creator in Code Vein was better than the actual gameplay. So the gameplay has super potential here. We need more variety in the areas, even though it's post-apocalyptic. I get it. It's supposed to look grim, but we don't need the whole game to be in a sewer. I'm sure it's not going to be, but if this game could just add a little bit of pizzazz, a little bit of personality to it, I think it could be a whole lot of fun. But I'm definitely going to keep my eyes on it, because I don't think you guys should sleep on it either, because it was tight enough to feel like this game could actually turn out really fun for fans of the genre. So I hope you guys like this little demo preview review of AI Limit. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. You guys are amazing, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.